This is AZ-104 lab number 8, implementing virtual networking. Let's download lab files and log in into Azure portal. So lab introduction. This is the first of 3 labs that focus on virtual networking. In this lab, you learn the basic of virtual networking and subnetting. You learn how to protect your network with network security groups and application security groups. You also learn about DNS zones and records. Lab scenario. Your global organization plan to implement virtual networks. The immediate goal is to accommodate all the existing resources. However, the organization is in a growth phase and want to ensure that there is an additional capacity for the growth. The core service virtual network, the largest number of resources. A large amount of growth is anticipated, so a large address space is necessary for this virtual network. The manufacturing VNet virtual network contains system for operations of manufacturing facilities. The organization is anticipating a large number of internal connected devices for their systems to retrieve the data from. This is going to be the lab scenario, task 1, task 2, and task 3. So first is to create a virtual network with subnet using portal. Go to create. So IP address range is going to be this. Now we are going to add a subnet. First is shared service subnet. Starting range is 10.20.10. Add another subnet is database subnet. Starting range is 10.20.20. Add our core service VNet is being created. Has been created actually. Take a minute to verify the address space and subnets. Yes. Now we are going to export this template. Template is being generated. We're going to export this, download this template to our local computer. Now we're going to extract this file. So task 1 is completed and task to create a virtual network subnet using template. Now we are going to use this template to create another virtual network. We will go to template.json, open it with Visual Code, and we are going to change this value, core service vnet with manufacturing vnet. To replace this value, so initially we created a core service VNet with this range, right? Now we are going to create another virtual network with this range. After creating virtual network, we created two subnets. Now we are going to change the value of those subnets. So shared service subnet is going to change to sensor subnet 1. Shared service subnet is going to change to sensor subnet 1. And its IP range is going to be this. Database subnet is going to change to sensor subnet 2, and IP address range is this. Let's save this file, close this. Now we need to change to parameter.json as well. Core service vnet is going to change with manufacturing vnet. File, save, close this. Now we are going to deploy this custom template by going to deploy a custom template, load, download, and create. We are going to wait until this deployment is done. So we faced this error which says subnet shared service subnet is not valid because its IP address range overlaps with the existing subnet in virtual network core service VNet. Now I am going to make some changes in the template.json file. Let's try to run this template again. Let us try to download the file again and make those changes. Go back, clear this, let us extract again. Open template.json and change core service vnet to manufacturing vnet. Okay, change this IP to this. Change this IP to this. Change shared subnet to this. I think all the changes are being done correctly from my side. Let us try to deploy this particular file. So finally, our deployment is successful. And now task 3 is create and configure communication between an application security group and network security group. In this task, we create an application security group and a network security group. The NSG will have inbound security rule that allow traffic from the ASG. The NSG will also have an outbound rule that denies access to internet. So let's create an ASG, application security group. Let's create a new application security group with the name ASG Web. Next is create the network security group and associate it with the ASG subnet. Let's go to network security group, create. After the NSG is deployed, go to resources, under setting, click subnet, and then associate. Yes, subnet is shared service subnet. Say OK. Now our NSG is associated with our ASG subnet. Next is configure an inbound security rule to allow ASG traffic. In setting, go to inbound security rules, review the default inbound rules. In Notice that only other virtual network and load balancers are allowed access. Yes, virtual network and virtual load balancer is allowed. Now we're going to add a rule. source is going to be application security group, source application security group, ASG web, start any custom port range 80 and 443 TCP allow priority 100. This is an inbound security rule which is going to allow the traffic from application security group. Next is configure an outbound network security group rule that denies internet access. Notice allow internet outbound rule. Also notice the rule cannot be deleted and the priority is 65,000. Yes, it is allowed. So we cannot delete it. So we are going to create a new rule. Destination is service tag. And service tag is internet. Services custom port is 8080. Protocol any. Action deny. Priority 4096. Name is deny any custom 8080 outbound and add. Task 4. Configure public and private Azure DNS zones. In this task, you will create and configure public and private DNS zones. So configure a public DNS zone. You can configure Azure DNS to resolve host name in your public domain. For example, if you purchased the contoso.xyz domain name from a domain name registrar, you can configure Azure DNS to host the contoso.com domain and resolve www.contoso.xyz to the IP address of the web server or web page. We are going to go to DNS zones, select create. In basic tab, we have these value with name contoso.com. This name is already taken, so I am going to use my name by the end in anmolcontoso.com. Now wait for the DNS zone to deploy and then go to resource. Go to resources. On the overview blade, notice the name of 4 Azure DNS name server assigned to zone. Yes. Copy one of the name server address. Okay. Select plus record set. You add virtual network link record for each virtual network, then need private name resolution support. So name is www, type is a TTL1, IP address 10.1 1.1.4. Add. Here is our record. So as you can see, the name www.unmoorecontrols.com. This address is being uh, the IP address is being 10.1.1.4, which we have initially set up. A private DNS zone provides name resolution service within the virtual network. A private DNS zone is only accessible from virtual network that is linked to and can't access from the internet. Now let's go to private DNS zone. Select create. Name is going to be privatecontrols.com. Review and create. Notice on the overview blade there are no name server records. So let us wait until this is deployed. So resource is deployed. Go to resource and overview. We do not have any server record name. Now select virtual network link and then select add. Link name is manufacturing link. Virtual network is manufacturing VNet. Okay. From the overview blade, select record set. Now we are going to add this sensor VM, sensor VM, type A, TTL1 and IP is 10.1.1.4. Say OK. Now this lab is completed. Thank you.